The Florida Joint Center for Citizenship presents Trial Processes and Juries, Video 3, The Appellate Process. After the criminal trial or a civil lawsuit is over, is that the end? Not necessarily. An appeal or a request for a higher court to hear a case can occur. Appeals courts decide which cases they'll hear. Courts make this decision based on the type of case, the evidence, and the arguments from both sides. The two sides in an appeal are called the petitioner and the respondent. The petitioner is the side that disagrees with the previous ruling, and the respondent is the side that agrees with the previous ruling. Typically, an appeals court will agree to hear a case when new evidence turns up after the trial, the law was used incorrectly in trial, the trial didn't follow procedures, or someone's rights were violated. Keep in mind, appeals courts do not actually hold trials. Instead of a trial, a panel or small group of judges hears oral arguments made by two sides. During oral argument, each side presents their case to the judges, and they can ask questions to the lawyers. There's no cross-examination, and usually no witnesses. After oral arguments, the judges make a decision on the case by a majority vote. They'll either uphold the original decision, reverse the original decision and find in favor of the petitioner, or return the case to a lower court. Finally, the appeals court decision is final, unless it is appealed all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, where they will decide whether or not they want to hear the case. Let's check in. Summarize the appellate process in your own words. An appeals court decides to hear a case that has already been heard by lower court. A panel of judges hear oral arguments, and the judges make a decision by majority vote. Let's recap what we've learned about the appellate process. This occurs after a trial decision has already been reached, and the petitioner asks the appeals court to consider the case. If it takes a case, it hears only oral arguments and makes a decision based on majority vote, and the decision is final unless it goes to the U.S. Supreme Court. So remember, the appellate process, which includes a stop at the Supreme Court sometimes, is the last stop in our justice system. Appeals courts will only hear a case in very limited circumstances. Gotta have a good reason to appeal a case.
Be sure to watch the other videos on Civics 360, particularly in this module, on state and federal courts to learn more about the trial process and jury system. Thanks for watching. This video is produced by Florida Joint Center for Citizenship at the Lou Fry Institute staff. Have a great day.